President William Ruto has outlined 4 priority areas he says must be strengthened to realize his vision of moving Kenya from a third world to a first world nation. In his State of the Nation address to Parliament, Ruto cited education, agricultural transformation, energy expansion and improved transport and logistics as the pillars of progress. He argued these must complement milestones already achieved to place Kenya alongside Asian tigers such as South Korea, Singapore, Hong Kong and Malaysia. And as NTV's senior reporter Ibrahim Karanja explains, the president has set a target of 5 trillion shillings and announced the creation of 2 funds to drive this journey.
The Thursday presidential address to the bicameral parliament turned into the platform from which Kenya's boldest ambition yet was described in detail: a grand transition from third world to first world status within our lifetime.
Under my leadership, we are raising the bar of national ambition. And that is why I am today submitting a roadmap to take Kenya to the next level. We are committing to undertake a minimum of 4 major national priorities whose rationale I shall explain.
The president invoking Asian tigers such as Singapore, South Korea and Malaysia, countries he says were Kenya's peers at independence.
We must invest relentlessly in our people, in their education, skills development, scientific training, and innovation capacity.
According to the head of state, 4 national imperatives must be undertaken to achieve this transformation. Top on the list is education, with plans to scale up STEM learning and grow the National Research Fund to 2% of the GDP. Second, President Ruto says agriculture must be enhanced by building at least 50 mega dams, 200 medium and small dams, and bringing 2.5 million acres under irrigation within 7 years, transforming Kenya from a net importer to a net exporter of farm produce. Thirdly, the president turned to energy, outlining the generation of an additional 10,000 megawatts over the next 7 years, cutting across geothermal, solar, hydro, wind and even nuclear power. The 4th imperative is infrastructure. Ruto has pledged to dual 2,500 kilometers of highways and tarmac a further 28,000 kilometers of roads within the next decade. He also insisted on modernizing Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, upgrading the ports of Lamu and Mombasa, and extending the standard gauge railway to Malaba.
We will onboard private-public partnership in the modernization of Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, Mombasa and Lamu airports, and sort out the challenges facing Kenya Airways by next year.
At one point, members of parliament broke into cheers, chanting 2-term as the president spoke.
Honorable members.
But there is a price tag. According to the president, at least 5 trillion shillings will be required to achieve this vision. He hopes to raise the funds through the soon-to-be-established National Infrastructure Fund and a new Sovereign Wealth Fund. He was blunt about the stakes.
But comfort is how nations stall. It is how Kenya once slowed while the Asian tigers raced ahead. We cannot allow that. We will not allow that. And we must not allow it.
According to Ruto, this grand dream will be achieved not by aid, not by debt, but by Kenyans themselves. After his grand address about moving the country to a first world country made to a house that is largely in support of him, the challenge for President William Ruto is now moving the speech from being perfect on paper to actually implementing it and setting the foundation within his tenure. Ibrahim Karanja, NTV from Parliament Buildings in Nairobi.